what is the solution for companies that do not have access to expensive databases or consulting? So again, obviously this is a major challenge for businesses, and when we're talking about databases, those are the databases to do the comparables. And even for larger firms operating on tighter budgets, these databases can be extremely expensive. But the good news is that there are practical, cost-effective solutions that can help ensure compliance without breaking the bank. So first, we have to start by looking at what's readily available, and companies can obviously often rely on public data that's available, okay? For instance, financial reports and government filings are a goldmine of information if you know where to look. Many companies publish their annual reports online, and these can be a useful starting point for identifying comparable financial data. Obviously, additionally, industry-specific reports or publications from trade associations can provide benchmarks that are aligned with sector-specific norms. In some jurisdictions, tax authorities also publish simplified tools to pre-approved margins, making the process much easier for businesses that don't have access to comprehensive databases. Okay. All right, let's have a look at the simplified approaches. Now, safe harbor provisions are an excellent example. These are essentially predefined rules that tax authorities provide, offering fixed margins or markups for specific types of transactions. For instance, a safe harbor might say, if you have a cost plus 5% markup for routine services, then you're good to go. This can significantly reduce the burden of compliance while providing certainty to taxpayers. For businesses with a bit more operational data at their disposal, internal comparables can be great solutions. This works well if the company has both related party and third-party transactions of a similar nature. If you can demonstrate that the pricing terms for these are consistent, you can use this as evidence to meet the arm's length standard. The key is to ensure that the functions, risks, and assets involved are comparable between the related and unrelated transactions. So another option is to use publicly available frameworks like the OECD transfer pricing guidelines or regional documentation templates. These are comprehensive resources that provide a roadmap for preparing transfer pricing documentation. What's more, they're globally recognized, so aligning your documentation with these frameworks adds credibility and demonstrates good faith compliance. Sometimes collaboration is the way forward, or networking with industry peers or other businesses can help understand what margins and benchmarks are commonly accepted. Universities and research institutions also occasionally offer access to comparative data, or at least guidance at a fraction of the cost of professional consulting. The technology too can be a game changer. Affordable transfer pricing software or online tools can help businesses streamline their documentation processes. Even a well-structured spreadsheet combined with manual research can be a viable solution for calculating adjustments and applying profit level indicators. But let's not forget about, obviously, risk assessment as well. Businesses should focus their efforts on high-risk transactions, such as those involving intangible assets or management fees. Routine low-risk transactions can often be addressed with simplified methods or presumptive pricing. And if you're really pressed for resources, engaging local experts can be a more budget-friendly alternative than hiring large consulting firms. Smaller advisory firms or independent consultants are often just as capable of providing the insights you need, particularly if they have strong understanding of local regulations. And then obviously, then finally, we're going to look at, for businesses engaged in repeated or significant transactions, advanced pricing agreements or APAs can also be a valuable tool. These agreements provide clarity and certainty on pricing arrangements with tax authorities, often eliminating the need for extensive documentation in the future. Okay, so let's wrap that up. The key is to focus on what you have at your disposal, prioritize high-risk areas, and use simplified approaches when possible. Transfer pricing compliance doesn't have to be prohibitively expensive. It's about being resourceful, strategic, and proactive.